Hi, everyone. Welcome to the fan hangout. Uh, Something fucked up with sound again. I was planning on having music, but for some reason it didn't work. I'm never gonna understand how the fuck OBS is supposed to work. Hi, everyone. I have orange juice. Oh, did it go away? It's back. It's back. Again, I don't have. I have no idea how that works. Technology. About chat, so I can see. See, one of the problems with having glasses is that I'm finishing up my next video. It's almost done. I promise it's almost done. Um, is that whenever I like, how does this look? I need to put back my glasses back on because again, I can't record with it because there's glare and stuff like that, and I can't have that. So I need to do like hi, and then hi. Do I have a noise gate on? I'm supposed to. According to this thing, I do. According to OBS, I do. You may have orange juice, but I have a fridge full of Copperberg. Oh yeah. Love your channel. Thank you. I love having my channel. It's great. Threshold is too high. How's that? That should be better. Senpai noticed me. I'm not senpai. I cannot be senpai. I did recently. Oh shit! Fuck! I forgot. I was supposed to convert this to be my 10,000 subscriber special, but I forgot. I was supposed to buy cake, but I forgot. I'm still gonna do a special though, but this isn't it. This is just a regular hangout. How do you feel? Good, bad, somewhere in betwixt. I feel good. I This month has been rough. I've done a lot of errands this month. Um, and there's been like things with my family, and there's been things with yeah. I've been dealing with family issues. I've been dealing with personal issues. Channel just yesterday I think reached 10,000 subscribers, which is wild. So now, yeah, it's been intense, which is why my video is a bit late. It's coming though. Don't worry, babies. It's gonna come soon. It's gonna come next week though. It's not coming today. I was hoping that I was gonna finish it today. Nah, that's not happening. It's coming next week. It's coming this month though, so don't worry about that. Don't worry, I'm not stressed about it. I'm not stressed about it. I feel good postponing my stuff because literally no one has complained. As always, it's just me, and now I have 10,000 followers. And then yeah, I'm like 10,000 followers, and none of them have complained. So feel fine. Um, Geoglass is also reflects stuff from behind you. onto your lenses? I have no idea. Maybe. I don't know how reflections work. I don't know how physics work. Things on the lens. And it doesn't look good in the shot. So whenever I do videos, I'm still gonna do this. Oh, fuck. I'm so blind now. I'm so used to my glasses now. I lived for years like this. And this is great. I look great. I'm amazing. But like, I'm so used to my glasses now, so I can't see shit without them. I need them. But my videos are gonna be like this for the foreseeable future, at least until I can get like an identical pair of lenses, but without frames, but without the lenses. That's gonna be hard to come by because these are pretty like fairly unique lenses frames. Keeping them on for the stream though, because I do want to be able. Or your senpai. Fuck. A senpai, yeah, it's a meme where it's like someone famous notices you, and it's like senpai has noticed you. Let me see your answer. Do you wanna? Yes, devs. Shit. I didn't. Yeah. I might. Nah. I don't need that. I'm fine. It's just me being technologically incompetent with OBS. With one of my patrons, do not eat one. Is that how we're referring to do not eat one as a patron? And it's true. Do not eat is a patron of mine, but God. Do not eat was a patron of mine for a long time before I realized that they did YouTube, and now I'm in love with the Franklin series and the Skylines things. It's good shit. Yeah, I'll link the channel. Today I handed out Crucial University. Doing so, halfway to my English Literature and Creative Writing degree. Congratulations. I'm okay with our parasocial relationship. God. Found similar lenses, almost the same color, but yours are much nicer. Well, it's Gucci. Got lucky on a double sale. So I got Gucci. This is kind of weird with the music. This sounds a bit creepy. Yeah, I tried to get some music. Maybe it works now. Is it working now? Why is that not? I think I know why. Hang on. Let me do some experimentation. What if? Hang on. There we go. Yeah, see that is the without the music, silence is creepy. Yeah, that's why I want music. That's why I want to do the thing. But it's like, no, I never get it. But yeah, I tried it earlier. It didn't work. It's like, oh fucking yeah, it's time's over. But now it's done. It's done. I can hear the silence. Yeah, that's why I like this music. Do you expect something from the European election? I voted too, but I feel like even if I like the colleges are like they won't change much. It won't make a difference big enough to save the world. I think like it won't make a difference enough to save the world, but I think they matter still. Like the European, like it's the only branch of European government that people vote for directly. people still vote for like all the branches of the European government, in either directly or indirectly. But the direct part matters, and the European Parliament has gotten more and more power in later years. So I think it's important, and I think it's good. God, my hair is so big. I love my hair. Nice music, nice music. This music is great. I feature a lot of this music in my next video. It's from an artist called Chris Zabriskie, from an album called Direct to Video. I've used some of his music before, but it's part of yeah, it's a part of the YouTube audio library thing. But I've become an expert at like trawling the YouTube audio library for good artists and stuff like that. So I like. And I found this album, and the entire album is pretty good, and it's gonna be my main soundtrack for my upcoming video on Jordan Peterson and language. Face Empress Mia confirmed. I wish. One day. I woke up just in time for this. Congratulations, welcome to the Hangout. God, I can't do this. The glare is in the way for me even. There, I hope that's good. I can barely see now. God, I'm so used to my glasses. Maybe the real European elections were the friends we made along the way. I agree. More people in the UK voted. Yeah, well, I mean, you're in the middle of Brexit, so. I voted for our left party. That's cool. Why the Brexit dude running for the European things? Why is this even allowed? Good question. I don't know. I mean, a lot of like EU skeptics, they run really hard for the European elections because they want to be part of it in order to like use its power to decentralize it and make it weaker. So that it will be easier to leave it. I like the EU though. I like the EU a lot. I know that's not I know that's not the most leftist opinion out there, but I like the European Union. I think it's good in general. Anyway, I think it should be reformed heavily, but I think it's more of a good thing than a bad thing. And wait for my hair to be a little long. I've always had long hair. Ever since I was a kid, I've always had long hair. I couldn't. I do want to cut my hair short. Fuck this. I have to do that soon, don't I? I have a special thing in mind. I have a video in mind to make for 10,000 that I was gonna make for having 10,000 subscribers, and I have that now. So now I need to do it. Fuck. That means I should probably cut my hair. Where are the EU countries only voting now? We're voting on Thursday. I'm Canadian, so I can't meaningfully contribute to this conversation. That's fine. Going around on about how the EU is still good, even though it's a neoliberal horror show. I could. I have a planned video for it. In which I'm gonna apparently steal a lot from Alia from PhilosophyTube. I have his blessing to do it, so I might. talk about like the EU and Brexit from a European perspective. Like I think I like it as I did, Ollie. I did. You told me. You can't back out of it now. Like I think I view the European Union more from the perspective of an historian, because it's kind of unprecedented in European history to have like basically free trade, open borders, literally open borders between EU countries, at least within Schengen countries, and like even 100 years ago, peace in Europe, peace in Western Europe, even more specifically, would be mind-boggling, and I think the EU has contributed to that. So to me, even though it is a very liberal hellscape thing, I think it's not really that's not really the fault of the EU either, because I mean there are things the member states still have most of the power when it comes to the everyday dealings of people's lives. But people like to blame things on the European Union. But I'm going to talk about that in a future video. We'll see what kind of style it takes. Probably not science fiction. Maybe. God, I really need to... Just learned that my country voted right-wing. Sorry. The EU so far has pretty much worked. As simple as that, really. Not the greatest thing that Marx decided to write a book about, but it's been pretty much good. I mean, yeah. I think like there are imperfect things about the European Union, but I think, you know, I think the system kind of works. Not perfect, obviously, but like it works in the way that the bad things that the European Union does can be mitigated by member countries, and vice versa. I'm Finnish and I don't think I can meaningfully contribute. Oh, you can. Finland is part of the EU, right? Hi, by the way, I should probably introduce the stream. I just jumped directly into chat. Hi, this is a monthly Hangout thing that I do. It's open for everyone, it's public. And it's I do this at the end of the month, and I usually try to have a video done before the Hangout. Failed at this month, but to be fair, it's a weird month. And, you know, I try to recap. Not much to recap this week, is it? Because I haven't made a video this month yet. It's coming soon. I reached 10k. I'm extremely thankful for that, actually. Because just a few months ago, I did not have that. Just a few months ago, I had less than 1,000. And like 6 months ago, I had less than 500. Like early December of last year. Not even, that's like not even half a year ago I had. Yeah, I had less than 500 subscribers. So that's fun. I'm very happy about that. So the way this works anyway is that I usually do this, that I try to recap and I try to talk about things and things that happened the month, the subject of the video, which I can't talk about now, so I'm a bit hamstrung, unfortunately. But I'll make it up to you. I'm gonna have, I need to plan up a 10,000 follower stream or something. Don't know what that would be. God, I need to think now. I need to plan. Oh. Hello everyone. The world is changing and the EU most successfully resists some powers like China and Russia and maybe the US. I mean, yeah, I think that's kind of also a result of like the post World War II world, where we have superpowers in a way that we did not have pre World War II. Like any individual member state of the EU doesn't have any like control or power into that, but the EU as a collective does. So in that way, it's really good for the individual member countries because it's like a collective entity. But it's hard to control. It's very disjointed. It's strange. But if you were to count the European Union as a country, as a collective political entity in the geopolitical landscape, it would be, you know, it's an incredibly weird extremely diverse collection of peoples. And like when it comes to like a global perspective, that's obviously bullshit because like it's all / mostly white people, depending on how you categorize like different people, which is a weird thing to do in the first place anyway. But just in the thing that like there's an incredible variety in language and history and all of that, which isn't, there's no real equivalent like within a single unified political entity in the same way, because America basically just was one small thing that became bigger, so very like homogenous in the same way. China has been unified for a very, very long time, which Europe has not been. Yeah. Obviously, like, I think like the European Union is also a very, very bad thing, especially during like the refugee crisis and everything, which is still like the European Union is still not doing good when it comes to that. Okay, I need to move on. I'm gonna talk about most of these things in the video anyway, so I shouldn't spoil too much. Entirely blind. Is your Twitch adventure going well? No, because I'm not streaming on Twitch. I want to, I desperately want to, but I don't really. I stream on Twitch when I want to, and I have time, and I have nothing better to do, but either I don't want to, either I don't have time, or either I don't have nothing to do. This month has been incredibly busy for me in my life. Not necessarily I've done a lot of job on my next video already, but there's a reason it's not done yet, and it's because I've been like, it's been a lot of things happening this month. Don't forget fascism within its borders. Yeah, I mean, there are definitely problems, but like, I don't think that's necessarily the fault of the European Union itself. I think that's more the fault of like the fascists. Isn't it strange that Serbia is a candidate to join the EU, but Bosnia has been told, we'll wait until you can be a better. We'll wait until you get better until you can be a candidate. I don't know enough about the Balkans to say anything about that, which is a saying I think that many European leaders should become more comfortable with, because I think that many world events would have gone a lot better if people just admitted, I do not know enough about the Balkans. You deserve the huge rise in subscribers. I'm still happy I found your videos before they were popular. I have good taste in videos, it's true. Session has been here since the very beginning. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you all. Old and new. I love you all. Chinese neo-colonialism is something I'd love to learn about. Yeah, I don't know enough about that too. I would like... I have no idea how I would even get into that. I've been a friend of... like one of my best friends have spent a significant time in China, and she probably has some better way of talking about that, but like when it comes to specifically that, I think I'm probably not the best person to talk about that. Me is literally the best. I agree. Thank you. Out of curiosity, do you ever say or tweet things that you've convinced are super funny and that no one cares? All the time. Literally all of my tweets. I delete so many of my tweets. I delete tweets every day. Because sometimes I will tweet something out and it gets no response within like 5 minutes, and it's like, well, that was unfunny. Delete. But if it gets a response immediately, then I keep it, and then maybe I delete it later. I delete popular tweets too. I delete so many goddamn tweets. Every single time. Out of curiosity, yeah, that's it. In the past, these differences have led to terrible wars, but now a war with the EU. Within the EU, a war is unlikely. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah. I mean, France and Germany isn't fighting each other, which is wild from an historical standpoint. Or like, no one is trying to like divide up parts of Western Europe anymore. That's pretty wild. It also means that it does also mean that Sweden can't bully Denmark anymore, which I agree is a flaw in the system, but it's a flaw I have to live with. Isn't it a cause of capitalism in crisis that fascists start to mobilize? And the follow-up question on that: capitalism working as intended? Yeah, but I don't necessarily believe that capitalism is an inherent part of the European Union. It might have started that way, but I believe it is currently more than that. My partner got an Orky. Congratulations! Wish her congratulations from me if she knows who I am. If not, you can ignore that, because then it will just be a stranger from the internet. Yeah. Hey Mia, have you heard of fascists in Italy? Some concerning things are happening. I've heard some things. Not too many things though. But I've heard some weird things. Some weird rumblings. I'm gonna make a claim for the French throne and start some shit. Finally. The English aren't constantly fucking with Normandy, which is incredible. Yeah. Not super sure how big that was pre-World War II though. Like pre-100 Years War, sure. During, like, slightly after 100 Years War, sure. But like, not sure how bad that was in like the early 1900s. I often think that people credit the EU with the state of French-German relations when they're overlooking the role of the Cold War. I mean, kind of, but I don't know. Like the Cold War definitely has had that, but the Cold War's effects in many other regions of the world usually stoked conflict, made conflict worse, and especially in areas with already existing causes for conflict. So I think the European Union in that sense like kind of helped temper some of that within Europe. also help that everyone occupied Germany for 4 years after beating the shit out of them to make them stop fucking with Alsace. Yeah, I get that. I mean, that's kind of the result of like total war, isn't it? Like, there are some historians that claim that the current state of Europe is a natural evolution because of the result of the Second World War, and I don't agree with that. I think like, and they don't credit the European Union at all. They say that like, if the EU had happened or not, Europe would kind of look the same. I don't agree with that at all. I think a large part of why there is like peace in Europe, in Western Europe anyway, is a large part of the EU. But like, obviously, like, history is always a result of many things happening at once. So like, it's impossible to say that this thing caused this thing. That's impossible to say. But there is, like, yeah. I just like the European Union. Thank you, she'll appreciate that. Yay, I'm glad. My ancestors came over with Norman conquest, but we didn't know what was going on. Teacher has been suspended because her students critiqued Salvini's Decratio Sicurezia compared it with Mussolini's law. Ooh. That's unnerving. Oh, God. So anyway, how is everyone? How's everyone doing? Everyone having a good Sunday? I know I am. Love being able to travel freely within the Schengen area. I love that too. Sweden is a very small country. Well, it's not actually compared to many other European countries. We're pretty big, but we are. No. Yeah, exactly. Like the 30 Years' War, the Napoleonic Wars. The Napoleonic Wars, like, people refer to that as the Great War, before World War One, and then that became the Great War. And there are some historians that want to call the Napoleonic Wars the real World War One, and then having World War One become World War Two, and then World War Two become World War Three, simply because they were pretty big for the time. But yeah, they did not. They destabilized more than they did. Same as World War Two. Same as World War One. Like, they destabilized more than anything else, which is what wars do. And you know, World War Two did that too. Like, sure, you can talk about that the Cold War kind of like stopped people from fighting, but like, yeah, sure, but there's also like a removal of motive when you don't need to go to war for a resource or territory where you can just go there anyway. I don't need to conquer Denmark. I can just go there. I can just buy whatever I want. I'm gay, thank you for asking. Having a fantasy Monday in God's Zone. Mussolini's nephew is now in politics. Yeah, Mussolini's back in politics, and her name is still Mussolini. which is wild. Because I mean, sure, I mean, my ancestors probably my people in my like family from the 40s were probably like, some of them were probably into some deep shit. And like there have almost guaranteed been like actual literal Nazis in my family, because you know I'm half Dutch and I'm half Swedish. There were probably some collaborators somewhere in there, but like if any of them was like the leader of like the Swedish Nazi party, or like the actual like a part of like one of the leaders of the Axis, I would probably have changed my name. Or like my parents would, or something. Like, who keeps the name? Like, why would you do that? And Mia wept, for there were no more worlds to conquer. Who actually wants to go to Denmark? I like Denmark. I love Denmark. Denmark it's a fine country. Bad politics, but fine peoples. That's so hard, but I could feel worse. Hormone doctor, yes. Get hormone doctor. I know I have fascists in my family tree, yeah. Mia creates the worlds she conquers. True. There are two? Jesus, there are two of them? God damn it. Feel betrayed by my US public school as the Napoleonic Wars. Does anyone have any good literature recommendation that reviews that period and connects it to political, social types of change? That's a big thing. I wish I could help you, but I can't, because it's like slightly not really my field, because wars are traditionally extremely unimportant when it comes to history, like historians. Like, most historians don't give a shit about wars at all. But also, that's not really my year. My year starts slightly after that. The EU is super. You have the right to live, work, and anywhere in the Netherlands. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I probably wouldn't exist without the European Union, because my dad was like this hippie biker person who would ride his Harley throughout Europe. And he rode that thing into Sweden, and then he stayed in Sweden. God damn it. My computer is acting up. Come on. Come on now. There we go. But union organizers. This is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them. You voted the European election? I did. Yes. I'm not gonna specify which party, but like if you know Swedish politics, I think it's pretty easy to figure out. But I did. The same day that early voting opened up, I went to the polls. I think I was one of the first people at the polling place, because I wanted to get it over with. Dual citizenship is such a clusterfuck of bureaucracy. I don't think so. I've had pretty easy time of it. Like, because I'm both Swedish and Dutch, so I had a Dutch passport for the longest part of my life, and I haven't done that. I'm actually concerned if they even know who I am, because I changed my equivalent of a social security number in Sweden, because that's connected to your legal gender. So when I did that, I changed my social security number, and you become like a new legal person. And I haven't told the Dutch government that. So I think, I mean, it's easy to fix, obviously, because the paperwork is all there, and I can just go and fix it. But I wonder if I'm technically another legal person there, because they have another paper trail thing. So oh yeah, and this leads me to the question if I can marry myself using 2 different social security things. I mean, why not, right? That's the peak of the peak of narcissism is actually legally marrying yourself. Me as a Kristdemokrat. I'm a Borger. I'm not a Borger. I recently found out that Turkey is not aware of my dual citizenship. Yeah, I mean, sometimes they don't get it. If you marry yourself, is that incest? I don't think so, unless you can have a kid with yourself. Becoming your own wife is some next level shit. I have grown drunk with power. I have not become drunk with power. 10,000 subscribers is not... That's not the level where you become drunk with power. Or if I am becoming drunk with power, it means that I'm gonna become high as hell on power when when I reach like 100,000 or more or less or whatever, 50,000 or something. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I work on the internet after all, and internet work is incredibly unstable. So for all I know, my channel might stagnate tomorrow. People are gonna lose interest like that, and then I'm gone. That can happen. Where would you bring yourself to a honeymoon? I have no idea. I have no idea where I would want to travel, actually. I'm trying to think of where I haven't been, where I would like to be. Vienna, I think. Yeah, Vienna is pretty good. I like Vienna. I'm not drunk with power, but I'm a bit buzzed. Fair enough. Me, but like, I want wife. The wife was inside me all along. Thoughts on American history? You have American history. I studied American history for a term, for like a segment of my degree, and it's very self-centered. It's incredibly self-centered, and it's so like when you study history, there's a large part of it is like trying to decipher propaganda, because like all of history is basically filtered through the lens of what people want to be remembered by and what nations want to be remembered by. Like what academics want to be remembered by. So oftentimes things that people don't want to be remembered by, things that are shameful or things that are even obvious, are lost to history because they never want to write them down, and that's gone for telling anyone. So you start to become you start to view everything through the lens of trying to decipher propaganda, because like if it survived the past, someone wanted it to survive the past, up until the modern day. Sometimes that's not the case, but like if you view through that lens, it will help you get a better view. So you start noticing inconsistencies. You start noticing portrayals, and you start noticing like attributions of morality into amoral things. And what I mean by that is like people like like people refer to the Louisiana Purchase as being something heroic, but it's not. It's a business transaction. Like the Louisiana Purchase, you can say that it has inherent moral value. Like it doesn't really. It's like someone buys something from another person and that's it. It doesn't have to be more than that. But like in American history, there's a lot of that. And in like historical propaganda, there's a lot of that too, where like everything that we do is good and everything they do is bad. And that applies to anything. And American history is full of it, where everything is becomes. There's a lot of propaganda in American history. It's become better in recent days, but like. It might also have something to do with the fact that my professor said that the Civil War was about states' rights, which is, yikes. Yeah, there were a lot of me and my course mates were like, okay, let's just write that down, so he doesn't become angry at us, and then move the fuck on. I wanted the grade. I needed the grade. But like, once your history professor says that, like, well, slavery wasn't really a cause of the Civil War, and it's like, and you're the authority on American history at one of the most prestigious universities in Scandinavia. Okay. Big yikes. I never wanted to have that professor ever again. But it might have been because of that specific professor too, which I had during that term. So 100,000 to 250,000 is drunk with power. Everything after that is a hangover. Oh, I'll get there soon. I talked about this in a previous stream where I was like, I shouldn't try to do like projections on my own metrics. That's bad. You shouldn't do that. And you should not compare yourself to like other creators. You should never do that either. That's bad. It's not good for the mind to do that. Even if you fulfill it, just expecting it to happen and like knowing that it might not. That's bad. Like that makes me feel bad. So like, but best not to do it at all. But I do it anyway because I'm a dumbass. And so I am a fool, rather. I don't want to use that terminology. I'm a fool. I am a fool. So 6 months ago, I had like generously, I had like 800 or something. But so let's say I have 1,000 for generosity's sake. Now I have 10,000 in 6 months. That's by 10, which means that in another 6 months I have 100,000. And in a year, I have 1 million. That won't happen. But one can dream. Drunk with lesbiab. I think you're making interesting videos and attracting many viewers. It's true, I am doing that. I like to think I'm doing that. It helps. I've noticed. It sucks that it is this way. It really sucks that it is this way, but it helps if you're pretty. Like, whenever yeah, helps if you're pretty. Same goes on Twitter. Like, if you post a hot selfie, you get more followers. It sucks. It really fucking sucks. That is the world. And I'm lucky in that field. I'm so fucking lucky to even be here. And so is everyone, really. Everyone who's made any success on YouTube is lucky. Because trying to please the algorithm is a big task. Everything the American government does is propaganda. Not everything, but there's a lot of it. How do you make the Louisiana Purchase heroic? The land deal. Well, it's heroic, you see, because a land deal is it's hard to like gauge how much revenue it will deal in the long term, and but potentially it might like bankrupt the U.S. government. But he took a deal, and it's worth it for America. It's some people think about that, but it's not true. The minute my teachers at Thomas Jefferson was nice to the slaves, that is considered switching schools. Yeah, once you do like slavery apology, like trying to like, well, slavery wasn't that bad, or like this thing wasn't about slavery or something like that. It's like, This is even more problem when you do ancient history. Yes. Ancient history is basic history is so hard to differentiate from this like straight up myth, because like sometimes the only surviving records are like from one person. In 2 years you'll have 1 billion. You know, cockwomble. You must let me teach you British slang insults sometimes. I've been to the UK twice. I love the UK. I actually love the UK. But that might be because it's much cheaper than Sweden is. And I know this is like very like rich Swedes problem. But like I liked visiting London because it was like, oh cool, I can buy snacks, and it's like buying like regular food in Sweden. So I can just like have snacks. I don't need to like prepare food or like live cheaply because I can just buy snacks for the same cost. I was in London. I like London. It was good. God, I like London. I really want to visit sometime soon again. I love the UK. I do have I am planning a trip. Long term in the future. But I do know some slang. Not enough though, but enough to get by. Jacob Rube is awful. I agree. In 2 years you'll have 1 billion. In 3 years, every person on Earth. Is there somewhere we ugly humans could do YouTube successfully then? I could do Mesopotamian ideas on gender, but I guess I can. Yes, you can. Like it doesn't limit growth. It just boosts growth, as far as I know, ish. Whereas like if you have a very like sexy thumbnail, people will click on it, and that sucks. But what I've noticed, what I've noticed a lot is that, well, I haven't made that many videos, so you should not take my advice on this. But what I have noticed on my videos anyway is that attractiveness gets clicks, but like content breeds subscribers. So as long as the content is good, as long as the content is like good, nothing else really matters. Because if you manage to market yourself to like the demographic that you want, which is like people who want to like involve themselves into like intellectual video essays or something, then people will be able to like they get that and they want to have more of it. And that's not necessarily the case for people who get clicks, because if you look at like the biggest YouTube channels around, right, what they are good at is getting clicks. They are good at getting people to click on a video and sometimes maybe subscribe, which is why they might have like millions of subscribers, but sometimes they only have like tens of thousands of views, like orders of magnitude lower than their subscriber count. But if you look at people who do like dense information-filled content, they might not be better at getting clicks, but and like immediate subscribers. But as long as it's engaging content, and as long as it's like some like long-form content that engages people, is usually very effective. And people want more of that. They actively want more than that instead of just clicking subscribe and being happy with it. And if they actively want more of it, then they will come back to watch more. That's how you start breeding a channel thing. But I mean, you can still use clickbait, shit like that. Like getting people to click is not a bad thing, but it's I think it's important to like hook people in and make them stay, which is like I think that's the most important bit. And at that point, it doesn't matter how you look. At that point, it doesn't matter. Like appearances is only about immediate, instant clicks. It has no bearing on about whether people care about you or not, because like when I did modeling, no one gave a shit about me. I got clicks, but no one gave a shit about me. Like it's all about the content. It's all about the content and luck, unfortunately. You should still do it. You're not. No one is ugly. No one is ugly. I know that's might be weird for me to say as a former model, but like I truly believe it. That's also. Oh, this has nothing to do with this at all. Actually, this is I was reminded by this because of ContraPoints' video on beauty, but I kind of want to. One day I am gonna make a video on modeling, because holy shit, what the modeling industry is. The modeling industry and like the fashion industry in general is 100% distorting how people look, or like the expectations that people have on appearances. And like people know that, right? People know that, like, oh well, yeah, people are photoshopped and people use makeup and stuff like that. And like, okay, and like, sure, and like people are aware of that, right? But I don't think people have any idea how deep it goes. Like how really, really deep it goes. It doesn't matter, like, if you... Because people still expect people to be, like, perfect, like, looking like models, right? And, like, there's a tiny degree of truth in that when it comes to, like, runway models, or specifically, like, famous models, where people, like, naturally just look amazing. But most models, like 99% of the models, 99% of the time, look like regular ass people, including me. I think the only thing that sets people apart is because, like, you know, there are like lighting, mostly lighting, like heavy layers of Photoshop, heavy amounts of makeup, and lighting and like texture things and all like that. And so when I say that I believe everyone is beautiful, I truly mean it, because I've seen people on shoots like go in looking like incredibly ordinary people, and then like after 3 hours in the makeup table, oh, like they look unreal. Because I would say like 3/4 of all makeup things that are applied to models isn't visible at all. It just makes people look like a different person, and then they put on the makeup that is visible on top of that. So they like sculpt your face first, and then they then they apply things. And I don't think people realize that. I think people really think that like most models are, they look perfect by default, but that's like, nah. The thing that sets models apart mostly is bone structure and proportions. It really. You need to be able to cap the subscriber count to 69,420 and block anyone who follows after. I wish. Prison's even cheaper when we got it drunk. I can recommend some good pubs if you come to London. I visited one pub and it was like, it was named some extremely British thing, like the Drunken Duke or something like that. It was something, the Duke, or something with a Duke. And they gave me sausage for free because I had an anxiety attack with my theater troupe when we visited. But I'm not gonna get into too much of that. I would love to. Some good pubs sounds good. There's basically only one good pub where I live currently. It's really good though, so I'm not complaining. But like it would be nice to have some variety, like actual pub and not bar. We didn't have a bunch of bars. I hate my voice. With my face, the sound too scared to hit record, even though I've written videos anyway. Same, I hate my voice. I'm pretty okay with my face and my appearance most of the time, but like my voice, ugh, I hate my voice so much. I do realize that in everyday life. Just remember that like if you ever want to like make yourself feel better, go back to watching like my first 5 videos, and it's like, what the fuck was I doing? Like most people's first video is gonna be like that, but keep in mind, I've done vlogs and like a bunch of other types of videos before I made political things. So, and that's where I landed. I only recently started to become the, like, have some semblance of good lighting. It's getting better too. I wouldn't even say it's good currently, but it's getting better. So much of sense cognition is prediction. Sort of media distort appearances, yeah, which impacts our image and human appearance. There's a cycle from dysphoria. Those are very big words, and I'm sorry. Have you seen Contrapost's new vid? I have. I think that people who are empathic are more beautiful than Paul Joseph Watson. Maybe, but like beauty is subjective. My body images is improved a lot when I start comparing myself to Andrea Pejic. Yeah. Oh, I can relate specifically with you. Exactly. Fuck. I never. Fuck. That's the proudest moment of my modeling career, is when I hung out with a makeup artist that had worked with Andrea Pejic, and I Snapchatted a bit with Andrea Pejic for like a week, and I fangirled the entire time, and then I didn't work for like a couple of months, and then my agency tanked. Andrea, please. God, I remember, because I came out before Andrea Pejic. I remember when Andrea Pejic came out, and fucking everyone in the community then was like, finally. No one was surprised at all. I like Hunter Epigic. She inspired me a lot, and anyway, don't compare yourself to models, that's the point. I think I heard the song playing right now in your videos before. You have! I've used this song specifically, I think. Not this song, but a song that sounds very similar to it. Hang on, this song. I might have used that last one too, actually. Let's play this one. I like this thing, but I'm gonna use more of it in my next video. And then I'm dumping it forever, and because I want new things. Pub near me sells mead. Well, yeah. Don't all pubs sell mead? I'm joking because I live in Viking town. Yeah, but we have a lot of mead here too. I don't like mead. Some mead is good actually, but not all of them. Someone said something before and I missed it. Someone deleted it? Oh yeah, the first video with me they've seen. The left does not care about trans women. Yeah, it's my most popular of the olden videos. It's a very like it pulls people in because they want to know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm actually like I'm really proud of that video because it happened when Twitter had canceled Chelsea Manning a lot, and I was so pissed. God, that was before I had like that must have been when I had like a couple of hundred Twitter users too. So it wasn't really Twitter followers, but it wasn't. So I wouldn't have been that exposed back then either. Anyway, it was a big thing about that, and I like a lot of people were attacking Chelsea Manning for fucking nothing. Like there were things to critique, but like it was not the thing. A lot of it was just like transphobia thing, and I decided like in an afternoon it was like fuck it, and I was so pissed. So I just sat down and started typing out this script which I barely used. And then just put it on the camera and just, I was so angry. So angry in that video. I'm very happy about it. I'm glad about it. And it's actually one of my better early videos. It was fueled by anger. Like as my health is improving, I am putting more and more time in my videos, so hopefully they will get more and more advanced. Your first video makes excellent YouTube poop material. Amazing. What do you feel about people trying to comfort you when you feel bad? Like when you tweet, I feel bad for posting anxiety, and we feel like you're fine. It was great. I like it. That's a good question, actually. That's a great question. So I have PTSD, and I have anxiety disorders, and those aren't actually like my main health issues. I'm a mess. So whenever I do streams and I fuck up maybe like a small thing, maybe I miss a comment, or maybe someone joined late, and it's like, oh cool, but I have to quit now. And it's like, oh well, I just joined, that sucks. And it's like, then I feel bad about that. And normally, I think for most people, they would probably be like, oh well, that sucks, but what can I do? But for me, it really gets me going in like cyclical thoughts. So my anxiety gets really bad. The best thing to do is to power through it, which sucks, but it makes your brain like start to think like it's okay, it's gonna be okay, and then that will reduce future anxiety. If you ask for help, if you ask for validation, that validates the anxiety and it comes back. Oh yeah, I was supposed to answer the ContraPoints video. I'm sorry, I'm gonna get back to that. Thank you for reminding me. So like when I do ask, it's a bit of a failure to me, because that means I failed, kind of, because I can't handle my own anxiety and I need like external validation, and that sucks. And I desperately need to get better with that before my audiences grow too big, because it's getting a bit much right now. The feedback is good. Like it feels okay. It feels like nice that people tell me that. It doesn't feel genuine ever, and that's not your fault, obviously. That's just a result of my anxiety, and that also makes it feel like when I do something, like if I do a video, for example, and people tell me that, oh, it was good, then I start doubting that too, because I asked, or like, hey, can I have some validation? Then people give me it. Then it makes me feel like people are forcing to give me it. That's not true. I know this logically, but emotionally, my brain is like, people are lying to you. Everything you do is bad. Now, obviously, that's not true, because I mean, my channel is growing very quickly, and it wouldn't do that if people thought it was bad. So when I ask, like, if I tweet like I feel bad, or if I feel like I have posting anxiety, and people give me like, no, it's good, that makes me feel good. That feels okay. If I ask for it specifically, it doesn't feel as good, because then I failed. But if I just post like, hey, I have a shitty day, and people like, hey, it's okay, you're great, that's fine, that's great, because they didn't ask for that, and then that feels more genuine to me. Obviously, you can tweet whatever the fuck you want to me. I love it all. And even if I ask for it and people tell me things, I still like that. That's still good, but it's just that my own anxiety sabotages me. The only negative thing here is my own like mental health thing. But that's it. That's it. So you all of you have nothing to worry about. And also, I need to get back to this. Thank you for reminding me, because I was going to talk about this. The latest ContraPoints video. That's great. Sorry, thank you. The latest ContraPoints video. I've seen the latest ContraPoints video. I like Natalie. I think Natalie does some good things. I've criticized some things that ContraPoints Natalie. I'm not sure what I should use. I'm gonna say ContraPoints, because I haven't talked that much to her, so I don't want to presume. I'm gonna use a brand name. I've openly criticized, like before, when I think that she has a bad take. So I sometimes feel a bit uncomfortable just talking generally, because I know some people follow me that don't like her at all, because of some takes that I sometimes also disagree with. But like, I thought this video was like pretty good. Like I don't think it's perfect, but I don't want to get into too much of it. Yeah, it was good. I have my own kind of relationship with when it comes to like beauty and validation and self-worth connected to beauty and things like that. So I think it's not that I don't love it. It's that I think I have my own perspective to it that's different from hers, and I don't think I can relate to it in the same way because of that. So it's probably great. I personally can't relate to it that much, but it's good. And I like Natalie. I like ContraPoints. You should, if you don't follow her, you should. You know what I mean when I say it. I hope you're understanding to what I mean. Yeah, like I'm gonna go back to where I was before in the stream. But like, the focus on bad takes is very exhausting. Like, I think yeah, I don't have too many thoughts on it, unfortunately. I'm very happy that she was able to get like FFS. Do that. That is something that she wanted to do. Beyond that, Mood, yeah. Yeah. I recently stopped seeing much too relatable. I mean, it's yeah. The Swedish healthcare system is good because it's free and it's widely available, but it sucks because of waiting times. So sometimes, like, I needed specialist help for my PTSD, right? And I needed to wait maybe what 5 years until I like finally got where I was supposed to be, because it like bounced me around, and I meet a therapist and I talked to them for a while, and maybe I need to meet someone else, talk to them for a while, but like eventually it's like, yeah. People still care about that shit. I know. Some people like really dislike Chelsea Manning, and I don't like it. I think people judge Chelsea Manning way too hard. But like the point of that video, like the left doesn't care about trans women, is that people place trans women on an extremely high standard that is impossible to keep. And that applies to ContraPoints too. In regards to like more recent things. That video specifically is about like Chelsea Manning being cancelled, but like ContraPoints had her own like cancellings by Twitter, and that applies to her too, because like people place us at an incredibly high standard because they think that we are going to regurgitate the good things that they want to hear, and when we don't act exactly the same way that someone else would, people become angry because they place a lot of their own value in the value of us, and that stinks. I'm gonna move on. I hope you know what I mean when I say all these things. In my defense, I don't have a script, and speaking in English is not necessarily the easiest thing in the world for me. Okay, thank you for answering. I wanted to know how to make you feel better as an Oliver, so thank you. I mean, if I tweet something like "I feel shitty, give me love," and if people give me love, yeah, it feels good. Sometimes it feels really difficult to believe when people tell you you're doing great. It feels like a grand conspiracy. Yes, happens all the time. Yeah, exactly, Margaret. Like, you want someone to tell you what you want to hear without them knowing that you want to hear it. Which is... which is impossible. Human brains are weird with that. Love the Shapa Cold Open in response to the backlash they got for saying the controversial "having kids is okay" take. I don't remember that at all. I haven't listened to Chapo Trap House at all. Am I a bad leftist? I have a hard time connecting with brocialists. I don't think that like necessarily. I have no idea about if Chapo Trap House are like good leftists or like good allies to the cause or not. I have no idea because I don't listen to them. Same with like Hassan, for example, who has become known for being like very outspoken leftist and also very attractive. I don't watch anything he does because I just have a hard time connecting with very like machismo or like masculine content. I have a hard time connecting with it. Same with Chapo. I don't get it. I want to give them a chance. I want to do that some too. I'm sorry, I can't. I need vision. The fact that English is not your mother tongue makes understanding you so much better. That's actually a point I'm making in my next video, because it's about language, and I've gotten some critique on some of my videos talking about the way I speak, or like my language, or the way I write my scripts, for example. And there's a reason why I do things the way I do them, because English is like, it's my second language. By some definitions, my third. And it's not that easy sometimes. So sometimes I express myself in a way that makes it easier for me to comprehend, and hopefully easier for others to comprehend. So like now obviously, like in my last video I did repeat myself a bit much, but like I repeat myself a lot in like all my videos, like a bunch. But I've also gotten like a bunch of feedback saying that it's easy to understand, that it's like clear, concise, like it's easy to follow compared to other like video essays, which sometimes move a bit quick. And if you know English fluently, that might not be the case. Then you might think, oh, you said this is repetitive, this is boring. But if you're not a native English speaker like me, then it's like, even if you're saying kind of the same thing but just in a slightly different way, that slightly different change is enough to like, oh, then it clicks. That puts it in a necessary context that you might not otherwise have, that you might take for granted if you're a native English speaker. And I'll talk about that in my next video anyway, but you'll see what I mean when I talk about Jordan Peterson. That'll be fun. Although I'm not wearing devil wings. Plucking an infinity stone from someone said, I need vision. It's true. Someone did also say that I have been streaming for an hour, as to not overburden myself, but it's true. I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna stream forever, don't worry. I'd like to watch the Young Turks, but I don't know where they stand on the Armenian genocide and stuff like that. I mean, like, I never got into the Young Turks either. I have no opinion on them. I got some devil wings I can lend you if you ever need them. Oh, I'm gonna make my own wings. I've crafted a small persona of myself of being an eldritch being. My room is a bit dark now. That's true, hang on. I'm gonna... Vision! Light! So if I ever do get... Anyway, the point is that if I ever do get wings for a video, I'm gonna have them custom made to my own specific type of unknowable horror. Drink enough water? I am. I have orange juice. Shepherdgang is soft brocialism. It's a problem, but they did feature an episode of counterpoints and mention other forms of oppression from time to time. I can tolerate it, but they can be a bit much. I mean, they might be woke as hell. Is it like, that's not the issue. They might be cool. I might like them, but it's like, I don't know. Mia doesn't need to buy wings. I'll grow them and soon ascend. Oh, please. I already have my own wings. There's a reason you never see my back in any of these videos. prefer your accent. Spent 2 months in Scotland and it was very difficult for me to understand my colleagues in Scotland. What is it with transfem entertainers and announcing this with God, cryptids, cosmic horror beings? Okay, so there's this idea that like because society treats like some minorities as monsters, like like the cancelled one, referring to like trans people as Cronenbergian horrors. I think because that's a pretty common thing. And like when I transitioned in 2012, which was a while ago, before the tipping point. Then you know, referring to trans people as being like monsters was kind of common, and I think that kind of ingrained itself into the community's like mindset. Like, okay, well, how do we reclaim our own identities? Like not just as women or as individuals, but like as a joke, because you kind of need to be able to do that too. You need to be able to like take it in. So it's like whenever someone says something like unhorrible, then you know you start to accept that and you start to take it in yourself as like I am that, yeah. English is my third language as well. It's fluent. It's hard for me to understand. For example, context of the video as a whole, even though I understand what you're saying moment to moment. That's incredibly common with me too. Like I will understand words, I will understand sentences, but sometimes I will have a hard time like understand. Yeah, but okay, well, what do you mean by that? It's like reading a book. And it's like you have to reread the page because you're not really paying attention, even if you are paying attention. It's just that your mind won't accept the meaning of it. And that sucks. And that's also why sometimes repetition, I find anyway, to be a useful tool. Because if I say something and then I say it again, but like slightly different, or I say something very similar to it, that can make those two very similar things kind of connect and be easier to like take in and like accept. I mean, innate need to talk in a precise manner, but it makes every concept sideways spiral. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you're over specific, it's bad. Like Shape of Water is, yeah. I think so. Lindsay Ellis did a video, that's the word, talking about like monsters in movies, or like why minorities like monsters. And God, I remember when The Shape of Water came out and I loved it, and like all like I remember specifically that like all my like me and like, you know, my gang of girlfriends in a platonic way, friend way, we were all like, fuck yes, this movie's so good, holy shit, so good. And then I had like my, you know, my cis male white straight friends was like, what the fuck is this movie, they fucked the fish. And it was like incredibly perfectly split down the middle. So when Lindsay Ellis made the video talking about it, it was like, yeah, obviously. Duh. Oh yeah, I need subtitles for most things. It's all like, oh God, that's why subtitling my own videos sucks so much, because I have a hard time understanding myself. Oh God, damn. Once I can afford it, I am gonna hire like professionals to caption my videos for me. I'm not there yet. Still paying rent, things like that. All my money still go into rent, but once I have enough like leftover money to pay for captions, then I will. Yeah, it doesn't happen with your videos. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I think I have an advantage there with my style anyway. So like obviously not everyone's gonna like it, and like obviously I can do better with it. Like I know my last video was a bit much, for example. Like I think it's a good thing in my stuff sometimes. I think it's important to not just see it as a criticism, but also like as a potential benefit. Are you going to look at the EU election results when they roll in 2 hours? No. Probably not. I don't care. Like that sucks, right? Because I talked shade to people on Twitter. I'm like, no one cares. It's like 500 million people voting and no one gives a shit. And here I am. I don't give a shit either. But no, I'm not gonna care. I'm gonna watch it tomorrow when I wake up. To read the newspaper before I go to work for the day. Chip of Water was in cinemas. Was the first date I had with one of my girlfriends, and I highly recommend it as a date flick, despite the gore and shit. It's a good flick. Your subscribers have been rising greatly, but has your Patreon been keeping up too? I really hope so. It has. I remember. Let's hang on. Let's double check. Let's see how it is. I hope no one unpatronizes while I check this. Okay, yeah. So, combining like Patreon revenue with like ad revenue, which is limited, I do make enough to like pay rent and things. It has been growing. I sustain myself. I am financially month to month neutral, which is pretty good. Like the alternative, someone would say was like, "Oh, we'll just get a job and you would earn so much more. You would earn like 2 or 3 times more than you are now." And I was like, I could do that. The problem is I'm still on sick leave for burnout, for stress, and things like that. And it has been getting better, but my doctor still thinks that I should rest. And then someone will say, like, okay, well, why aren't you on welfare? Why aren't you on like sick leave benefits? Sick leave benefits are less than I earn right now, so I'm surviving pretty well actually. I'm actually going pretty okay. Obviously, I'm living cheap as hell because $700 a month. It's not really a huge income. Like it's not something that's gonna sustain me forever. And it has to grow, but I am growing. It's growing every month. It hasn't stagnated. Like this month has been kind of quiet, but I haven't made a video this month yet, so I can't really blame anything on that. But on the other side of the coin, I haven't felt this enormous pressure wave of I need to do something or I am going to be broke. Because I remember like 2 or 3 months or something, it was like, I can't work. I've been denied some welfare assistance, which I have already. The only income I have is YouTube, and it's not paying my bills. But now it is paying my bills. So now I don't have to be scared anymore, and I don't have to force myself to get a part-time job. Because I was kind of mentally preparing myself to do that like 2 or 3 months ago. It was like, okay, well, I'm gonna do this for a while, but then I need to get my act together and get a part-time job. But I don't need to do that right now. I can take the safe, or I can. There's a Swedish saying that's you take the safe before the unsafe, which means that you should exhaust every safe option before taking risks. And currently, YouTube is my safe option. Because if I go back to work, I risk burning myself out again. And last time I did it, I had to take like 7 months sleeping in bed, not doing anything. But now I can do this as a job. This is my job now. This is this is my job. I can, like, you know, $700 isn't, you know, it's not infinite amount of money, but it pays for food, pays my rent, it pays some debts that I have, and it pays everything I need. I could afford glasses, thanks to some donations. I could afford a new phone that works, because my last phone, like, it straight up died. Like, it would not charge anymore. It literally refused to charge. Like, I would plug it in and I was like, no, I don't want to. Okay, need a new phone then. So, you know, I have that. So I can't complain. So it's like, would I like more? Maybe, but yeah, I'm pretty okay as it is. I mean, obviously, long term, I need more, right? Like, if I did this for another half a year, maybe, to rest and recover, and then maybe quit YouTube to take a real job, and I didn't get any more patrons, that would be fine. I would survive doing that. That feels great. Because that actually feels fucking great. At the same time, though, you know, my Patreon is growing, my channel is growing. I recently started selling merchandise, kinda, which is also gonna be like a small revenue stream, still a revenue stream. And I do still want to Twitch. I still want to be a Twitch affiliate, which means I need to stream more. That's also gonna be an income source. So, like, the only worst case scenario I see right now is that I stagnate, and that's fine. But what is happening, and has been happening for months, is that I'm growing, and I don't see that stopping. So, in my mind, I'm just gonna keep going. And if I keep growing, then, you know, I'm gonna earn more money. And then I can do this more securely and safely, and then then maybe this will become a good prospect in the long term. Anyway, that's my long rant about money. TLDR, I'm doing fine. Could use a bit more money, but I'm doing fine. Paying bills, I'm doing okay. Okay. Trouble with hiring people to do captions is sometimes technical terms get garbled. That's fair. Yeah, that's true actually. The plan that I have is that, like, I'm not really too keen on going, like, to a firm or like a website to do it for me. I'm just straight up considering, like, reaching out to a person and being like, hey, you, like, who I might know or might not, like, would you like to capture my videos for, like, a fixed cost per month? And then they could do that, and then I can talk to them, and then they can ask me questions about, like, hey, what's this word? Like, yeah, it's that word, and then they can do that, because, like, all I really want is just someone to do it for me, and I can probably pay someone to do that, like via PayPal or something, instead of paying, like, by the minute. It's gonna be way more expensive to do that, but I feel it's fairer, and it's probably gonna be better work. Plus, I get to spread the wealth. It's funny how the EU elections get treated like local council elections in the UK. I hope I had money to pay to my favorite creator one day. It's fine. Watching videos is also supportive. Being here is also supportive. Like, just taking part in content that's very strong support. Like, that is actual support. Commenting is also, like, anything is support. It's great. I'm happy about that. Like, so if someone can't pay, don't worry. Like, it'll be fine. Like, that's also the beauty of Patreon. It's like, if one person can't, there are many others who can. And, you know, it's a collective effort. I mean, I'm gonna help pay. I'm gonna try to help other people too once I can afford it. getting a job or even part-time job also makes it a lot harder to work on anything creative. Yeah, exactly. And I love working creatively. It's so much better than working in an office. Because I worked for local government before I did this. That was also a part-time job, and I did that, and they wanted me to like be available via email like every single workday, all the time, constantly, despite working maybe 2 days a week. Because I started that job when I was working on my history masters. Like, I can't have my email open all day because I have other shit to do. Like, I can't, if I work on a Friday and Thursday, I'm not gonna be up and checking my email on a Monday like every single hour. That's work time then that I'm not getting paid for. Fuck that. You need the yacht. You need more money. I do need a yacht. Oh, I would like a yacht. Bought a shirt. Yay! It'd be a shame if you quit YouTube. You're good. Thank you. It's so cool to hear that you're doing good money-wise. Yeah, I'm really happy. Like, this is the most amount of money I've made on my own. That's like that's actually like my money. Like, it's not money that's going to my agency and then I get a cut. It's not money that's like it's not a student grant money. My part-time job before this paid less than this. Even if I work more hours. So it's like I'm really happy about that. I'm ecstatic about this. Did you vote? Yes. If yes, who did you vote for? I'm not gonna tell you. If you know Swedish politics, it's probably easy to figure out, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna talk that, unfortunately. Really hope this is a sustainable thing for you long term. It currently is. Like, this is the best thing for my health, because my health is pretty shitty. And some days when it's like, no, I can't do anything today. Yeah. When I work on YouTube, that's fine because I can set my own work hours and shit like that. I can afford to take a day off. If I work in an office, I can't do that. But here I can. Really hope this is sustainable. Oh yeah, I would caption your videos. Captioning your videos would be a dream job. I'm also English speaking Swede, so I would understand. Me as a textbook piratpartist. I am not a piratpartist. Do you have any advice on buying bras for the first time? Yes. Get one that is. You should get 3. One that is too big. It's just too big. It's too big. It's too big, and it will not fit you. Get it anyway. You should get one that is slightly below your size. It's a little bit. It's a bit tight already. You get that, and then you should get like someone to measure you, so you get like an actual bust size thing. That's an actual like good size. And you should get that. But you should get one that's like slightly small. You should get one that is way too big, and you should get one that is okay. The reason for that is that because whenever you want to feel like my breasts are small, fuck, I have dysphoria thing, then you can put on the smallest one, and that gives you the confidence like, well, I'm too big for this one anyway, which means I at least have some bust size. And if you want to like go out and have fun, and you're a bit dysphoric, then you can put on the biggest one. And it will make you feel more confident. It will make everything seem bigger. And whenever you just want to have something that's actual support, then you can get the good one. That's my tips. That's what I did. Oh, bye, Ollie. Have fun writing your next vid. It's getting a bit late, yeah. Thanks for stopping by. The pirates here are liberal and slightly fedora. They are here, that too. We do need a trans island, though. Oh yeah, I would love a trans island. The island has become my safe place. When I feel bad, I picture myself on an island with lots of people I can trust. And yes, good. That's not a big joke, by the way. I am gonna, like, if I ever make enough money that I can do that, like, if I make like, that huge amount of money that I wouldn't know what to do with, and even if I, like, divert other revenue streams, like, all my Twitch is going to charity, or, like, all of the merch is going to this thing, like, even if I still earn too much money there, I'm just gonna buy a fucking island. Why not? Good night. Yeah. Why the slightly too small one? Because it makes you, whenever you put it on, you can do, you feel, it makes you feel that you at least have some bust size. That's how I feel, because I have basically no breasts at all. So when I put on my one that's just a tiny bit too small, it makes me feel like, at least this size is a bit too small for me. It makes me feel happier. You tell everyone about the Donald Duck party. I am gonna quit soon, by the way, because it's almost 2 hours of a stream and I need to do things. You tell them about the Donald Duck party. So, like, in Sweden, obviously you can do a blank vote, where you just don't vote for anything. But I have no idea when it was. That must have been like in the 90s or 80s or like maybe even 70s. Some people started voting for the Donald Duck party. And it became like a Swedish election meme where instead of doing like a blank vote, it was like I don't want to vote for anyone, you would vote for the Donald Duck party as a write-in vote. So obviously when they count votes, they still count like blank or illegitimate votes, because I think those are counted in the same category. It's something like that. It's like, this is not a real vote, but someone voted it, but it's not like a vote for a party, and here it is. But whenever you vote for the Donald Duck party, it still shows up in the statistics as someone has written into the Donald Duck party. So it's someone who has voted and has dedicatedly voted not for any of the other parties, because if it's an illegitimate vote, they might have done it wrong or something. So you can't be sure if they vote blank or if it's like an error with the vote, like they voted wrong or something. It's very hard to do that, but like sometimes, you know, maybe the paper got creased or something, and it can't do that. But if you vote for the Donald Duck party, yeah. Kalle Anka-partiet. Pusher Bros are super good. Yes, they're very good. They're wholesome good things. Are enemies allowed in our land? Yes! Of course. Classic protest votes, yeah. In Sweden, we vote for the Donald Duck party, because we elect the Donald Duck party for some reason. Okay, quick fire round thing. I need to go to bed in a bit, because it's almost 10 p.m. Well, I am gonna do some food things. And then I'm probably gonna tweet out, was the Hangout good? Is this good? Is good Hangout? Probably gonna have anxiety. I need to deal with that. Yeah. Okay. Finland, of course, appropriated Swedish Donald Duck thing. We might have stolen it from you too. I have no idea where it comes from. Hangout was a fantastic as always. Thank you. Thank you. I am gonna try to do a Hangout stream soon, and not the 10,000 subscriber special thing soon. I am also gonna, like, I'm close to finishing my next video, so that's gonna come out next week, hopefully early next week. We'll see though. I think it's gonna be like in the middle of the week. It's gonna come out this month though. Don't worry. So it's not gonna come out next weekend. It's gonna come out before Friday next week. So it's gonna come back. So that's gonna come, and I'm gonna talk about Jordan Peterson and language. So that'll be good. Hopefully my video after that is gonna come out a bit sooner, so I make back some time. We'll see. I am also gonna try to stream more on Twitch because I wanna do that, and I want to have that affiliate status. I do. I looked into the contract and everything, and it's like, yeah, there are some shady things in there, and it's Amazon, but like, goddamn. Those Twitch Prime subscriptions apparently pay a lot, and that revenue stream would be great to have, actually. It was a nice stream. Bit sad that I joined later than instead of the beginning. That's fine. You can always go back to rewatch the start. And I will always have more streams in the future. Unless something really bad happens and it's like I don't want to do Hangouts anymore, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Hangouts are fun. I am gonna have to come up with a system to try to adequately communicate with people once I have too many fans, where once I have too many fans that the chat becomes hard to read. It's rare for that to happen for me, but it's getting there. I remember like my earlier streams, and there was not as many people watching, so we'll see. I just want and the reason that bothers me a lot is because I want literally everyone to feel that I see them, which is why I read out like from the chat and stuff. 'Cause I just want everyone to know that I appreciate everyone writing in chat, and like all of my fans. That I see you, and that I love you, and that I appreciate you. Slow mode, yeah, slow mode would help. Yeah, oh yeah, of course. But like you know what I mean. Like I just want everyone to. I want everyone to feel that I love and appreciate you all. That I see you all as wonderful individuals, and I'm really grateful for everything that you do for me. Okay. Do you think that we should call Finland Östland? Eastern part of Sweden. Maybe. I like Finland. I like Finland. It's a sister country. I haven't been there. I would love to visit. I don't wanna joke too much about like Sweden taking back Finland, because I'm not sure how the Finnish feel about that. But like, I would let my Finnish fans decide. I like that you tweeted clearly about your boundaries regarding the horniness. Yeah, the reason I did that is because, like, sometimes it's fun to like be a bit fun lewd on main. That's fun, and like people can do that. Like sometimes people can do that to me, and sometimes I will do like a joke flirt back. And earlier when I did that, it was maybe one or two people, and it would be obvious that it was like a joke, like a friendly in-jest joke. But now I have over 10,000 people following me on Twitter, and sometimes, you know, there will be one or two people, and it will be obvious that it's a joke, and that's fine. But sometimes it will be like a dozen people who I don't know, doing it in a way that it's not very clear that it is a joke or not. And most of the time it's probably just a wholesome joke, but I can't tell. So sometimes when I do something and there's like a lot of people being like very horny towards me, it doesn't feel like then it doesn't feel like a joke anymore. Then it feels like, oh, this feels creepy now. So I decided to just stop. I don't want to do that anymore because it doesn't make me comfortable at all. It's not the same. It's not a fun joke thing anymore when it's too many people, and that's sad. But I tweeted about it and said like, well, let's hold on. And one reason I also want to do it is because like I've been single for over a year now, and I want to get back into dating, and it's very hard for me because I have issues. But that's a topic for a vlog or something in the future. But like I want to get back into dating, and it's when I tweet I want to get back into dating and also do like some people flirt at me maybe jokingly or not, then it feels like I'm not sure if you want me to, like, is this a joke or do you actually want to do this? And it's like I'm not super sure anymore. Like some people have asked me out on dates before I tweeted this, like they DM'd me like, hey, do you want to go on a date or something? And that's fine. Like if people actually like, hey, do you want to go on a date? Like that's direct, and like that's not really that's not like a flirty joke. That's like that's a question, and that's actually fine. Because then I can say like, I'm not sure. Like I'm not like I don't want to do that. Maybe, or like maybe no, maybe yes. You know, I can deal with that. But when it's like public posts, things like that, then it's like this. I'm not comfortable with this. I know that because like there are some people watching this stream who have asked me out on dates, and like that's fine. You don't have to worry. This is not towards you. It's literally just like some people are very horny towards me, and like explicitly like really horny in a way that's I don't really feel it's appropriate. Okay. I gotta finish this chat so I can leave. Shit. Mia the gamer. I think Swedish is simpler than English, personally. I agree for myself. I didn't need to learn English gladly. Oh my god, always so nice. I want to be nice. I want to make people feel good. At least both openly Finnish people here who apparently want to be part of Swedes again. Openly. Yeah. Comrade loves you. Solidarity forever. Hi, Philosopher King. I'm about to quit the stream, unfortunately. In a bit. I'm sorry. Sorry. That There is 2 hours of things where I talk. With fame comes thirsty fans. Yeah. But like again, I know that some people have been like talking like there are some people who have like actually asked me out on dates, and it's like that's fine. Like if I do want to say that before I go, like if someone has DM'd me like an actual like honest to god request, like hello, like would you like to go on a date with me? I was like, okay, well, I can deal with that. That's something that I can actually respond to. But you know how, you know. God, where's my thing? Cool glasses, thank you. I'm not leaving apparently. Why am I still streaming? I need to stop. Congrats to 10k. Yeah, thank you. I'm happy. English is a great language. Not at all a Frankenstein's monster made up of Latin obsessed. Windows got to play with German unsupervised. Yeah. And then the Vikings came over and forced you to do that. Good. Can we even DM you? People on Patreon can. I haven't got a date request on Patreon though. That feels like a bit of a power imbalance issue. But like, if you're mutual with me on Twitter, you can. I used to have open DMs. I don't anymore because of aforementioned horniness. Yeah. God, I don't know why I opened my DMs on Twitter. I did that. Oh yeah, I did that for a Hangout thing, where it's like, if you want to be a guest on my Hangout, you can DM me on Twitter. So I opened my DMs, and suddenly I got a bunch of dick pics. Don't want that. That's not something that I want. So I closed my DMs. Like, people can DM me on Patreon. I think anyone can. I don't think you have to be a patron to do that. I think anyone can do that. But I do also have a work email now. People can email, which I have not used. Which is shitty of me, but like, it's there. People can contact me. And it's miamulderwork.gmail.com. Which sounds sketchy as fuck. I know, but yeah, miamulderwork@gmail.com. So if people want to get in touch with me, like for any reason, people can contact me there. It's not my personal email account, but it's where people can like contact me if they are like a fan of YouTube things, right? And like, if people have a question about my YouTube things, or if they want to connect with me there, they can do that. If they want to send a date request via email, they can do that. I'm most likely gonna decline that, or like not respond to that, unfortunately, unless I know you. Sorry, I'm probably not gonna go on a date with you. Sorry. I DM'd me up at the 30 Years War and she shut me down. Never leave us. I might not. Like, I say I'm gonna leave and then I never do. I'm still here. I'm still here. Why haven't I gone? I need to go. I'm still here. I'm still here. English is a very cool language. Weird but fun. Pretty much only. Arabic is cool. Arabic is so cool. Shit, that's a good language. I did a summer course on religious extremism and in connection with ISIS, and we did. Oh god, I studied some Arabic there. Oh, so good. Fuck, such a good language. Shit. Arabic is so cool. English is a mess. My German is pretty garbage, so I guess I'm stuck with it. Oh, I need to learn German. I really need to learn. I want to learn more languages. I'm currently studying Chinese, or Mandarin specifically. I have 2 massive books on Arabic, and I can't wait to get all the school stuff out of the way and study language. Ah, that's so good, so great. Can you study Arabic on Duolingo? You should. You should be, right? Do I not have Duolingo on my phone? Are you kidding me? Did I delete Duolingo? No wonder the owl is hounding me on my email. Me, I go to bed. I refuse. I'm gonna be here forever. I'm actually in a pretty good mood. I'm gonna leave soon. But yeah. When are you going on the Great Meow Tour of America? Oh, I desperately want to. Oh, so I really, really want to. Okay, this is gonna be my okay. I'm okay now. I'm going to finish my rant, finish the chat, and then I'm gonna leave. Okay, but this is gonna be a bit of a rant. So the Meow Tour of America. I want a road trip through America because America seems interesting and dangerous But also road tripping through America seems like the thing that people do. So like one day, before I'm 30, hopefully, because I want to do this like as a thing before I settle down and like start like do the whole family thing. I wanna road trip through America. Now I can't drive. I do not have a license, and I'm not sure how tourist visas are with like that type of thing. We'll see. The point is anyway that like okay. So I wanna like grab a couple people together. They can be friends or like other YouTubers maybe that like want to visit America, or like people who are in America but just on a road trip. I know a lot of Americans and Canadians. Like 70% of my fan base is from America, so like that could be fun. And then I would like to if I could, that's probably not gonna be able. Probably not gonna be able to do that. But like in a dream world, before I'm 30, so many tears. No, it's like I just have a mind map of like, okay, when I'm 30, I'm gonna settle down. I'm gonna like that's when I'm gonna not travel anymore. It's my way of saying that I want to do it soon. That's what I want to do. That's what I mean. And really soon, isn't it? Because I'm 26. Fuck, I am almost 30. Shit. Anyway, in my ideal dream world, I would want to visit like all of the 48 states in the mainland. Anyway. If I could. I don't know how that would even work. I don't know how even I could do that. I don't know how I don't know how, like, this is very conceptual in my mind right now. But I know there are some like ultimate road trip guides. So that would be interesting. And I want to do it for a couple of reasons. One is because like like every single biome on Earth, it also exists within America. It's an incredibly like environmentally diverse place. So I want to see deserts, I want to see mountains, I want to see like big forests, I want to see all that. That's kind of cool. I want to visit big cities, because the biggest city I've ever been to is like Berlin, Paris, London. I've never been outside of Europe. And I would like to see New York. I would like to see like LA. I would like to see Miami. I would like to see that. And then I would like to see like, you know, I would like to like do some like casual hangouts. That could be cool, like some meetups, right? That could be fun. Once I have a bit bigger fan base, so I don't go to a meetup and it's like, it's me and one more person. Because if it's like 5 or more people, then it's a hangout. If it's 4 or less people, then it's like, okay, someone is gonna murder me. Like that would be fun. That would be nice. That would be like, I would like to do that. I would like to America. Plus, I really want to meet, like, okay, there are some people specifically that I want to meet. Okay, so there are some people specifically that I want to meet, and it's like, it's like the date situation. What? I don't know what that is. Okay, but the one person specifically that I want to meet is Stacy Fatemi. Tic-tac on Twitter. Is that their name? What is their name? Summerstack. At Bess. BEHSSS on Twitter. They also have a YouTube channel. It's really good. I'm actually gonna fucking link it because I can. So like we're friends. Hang on, please don't play. Please don't autoplay. Please don't autoplay. So like we're friends. We haven't met. We haven't done anything. Is that the channel? It is, and now I accidentally removed my chat. Pop out. There we go. Why is my chat gone? Why is the rum gone? I have to go now. Love the stream. Hey, okay, good night. Sleep well. And I want to meet them. I specifically want to meet Stick Stack. So the chat is back. And they live in New Mexico. So I would really like to visit New Mexico. It would be fun. And I'm probably gonna do it like VidCon is coming up. I would like to synchronize that with a VidCon or something. So I could like either start or end at VidCon. That would be pretty fun, I think. That would be pretty fun, I think. Because I really want to hang out at VidCon. Like, even if I'm not a featured creator or something, I've never been to VidCon. It sounds fun. Like, it's a convention, right? And conventions are fun. Yeah. It's like... VidCon is July 10th to 13th. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to make that. Not this year. But, like, some other year, definitely. I didn't really want to do that. I saw ContraPoints at VidCon last year. And Ollie. Oh, Ollie was there. I didn't know that. Gotta go too. Go. Sleep. It's late. I was supposed to go like an hour ago. Because I'm a shithead who won't leave. Oh yeah, I know we met. I know we met Contra. I didn't know Ollie was there too. That's cool. But yeah, I would like to do that. Plus, it would be a chance to like meet up with other YouTubers because, like, most YouTubers either live like left tubers anyway. They live in the UK or they live in America. And here I am in Sweden, and here like there's nothing here. There's no one here. Population 10 million people. That's it. That's like, yeah, population less of a state. He never leave on time. I know. Ollie flew in and was super dazed. I don't think he slept at all. Oh no, poor boy, poor man. Oh, Ollie. He was here earlier. You missed him. He's a kind boy. He's been very nice to me. I'm very glad. Okay, no, 10 million people. Oh god, 10,000. No, Sweden has a population of 10 million people, ish. Which means that my subscription count is what, 0.1% of the Swedish population equivalent. The whole of Sweden, yeah. Okay, so Sweden is pretty big when it comes to size, but Sweden is not densely populated. Like, most of Sweden is uninhabited. $7 million. Moscow has 17, yeah. And yet we almost conquered them once. No, but like, Sweden is not that big. It's like very sparse. Which is like, it's very weird that Sweden is so big like in the cultural mindset, right? Because everyone knows about Sweden. Like, it's one of the countries that matter. But why is that? Like, why do people think that? Like, why do people keep talking about Sweden so much? Well, it has its reason. Our landmass is larger than Britain's. I think Sweden is like discounting Russia. I think Sweden is like the third largest country in Europe? My phone definitely listened to me because it's fifth. Yeah, so yeah, it's Russia. Russia's number one, obviously. It's Ukraine, which, duh. And there's France and Spain, and then it's Sweden. Sweden is fifth. Then it's Norway. Norway is even bigger than Germany. Wow. But like, to be fair, like most of that is just like mountains and forests and nature. You wouldn't happen to have made a video on something, would you? Oh yeah, I did. I did a video about it called Sweden, Heaven and Hell, which Ollie cited in his most recent video, which also like gave me a nice little bump in viewership. Thank you, Ollie. Conquer us again. We don't want to conquer anyone anymore. We're done with our conquering days. The French National Party won almost a third of the seats today. Oof. Okay, I need to quit. God damn, I keep doing this. It's 2 hours and 20 minutes of a stream. I think that's fine. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go eat. I think I might head out for a burger. I'm sad about that since the beginning of the stream. Submit. Go to bed. I will go. I can't. I need to refuse. Okay, I'm gonna go. Hopefully I'm not gonna get any post-stream anxiety. And then I'm gonna go and eat something, and then might get a burger. Too early for bed. It is a bit too early for bed. It's true. My next video is coming soon, in a few days. It's mostly shot, it's mostly edited, it's just a bunch of small things to do, but like, I'm hoping Wednesday, maybe Thursday at worst, but I'm hoping soon. It's gonna be soon, don't worry, it's gonna be soon. I'm not stressed, don't worry, I'm joking for comical effects. Absolute worst case is gonna be like dragging into the next month, but like, I don't think that's gonna happen. I severely doubt that's gonna happen. And then, if you get some anxiety, we'll tell you how good it was, and nothing you can do to prevent us. Thank you. Okay. Yes. So this is the Hangout. Yes, of course. I'm gonna post the streaming schedule for next month in soon. When it comes, it's like a week until next month, but like in a week, then I'm gonna post the next streaming schedule. And then I'm going to I'm also going to have a 10,000 subscriber special thing after my video is done, where I eat cake or something. I had a plan of making this Hangout that, but I forgot. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, I'm gonna go.